Hey guys, do another beautiful day out here at the wood yard. We have got a video that I'm glad I waited to make. This is my John Deere 3038E. It's got the D160 loader on it. I've got chains, I'd say on all four corners, but now 3. I ended up breaking one on the front right. Like I said, I'm glad I waited to make this video because as some of you know, I used to work for John Deere back when I was young 20s, and I seen a lot of these guys go through, and I seen a lot of them come back. They weren't as bad as the 5 Series tractors, but they were economy. I think they were, I don't know, made in India or something like that. Nonetheless, I've had this thing since maybe 2021. It's a 2017, and I bought it from my in-laws with 15 hours on it. 15. And so she got 407 hours on it. And this piece of property, I've already put over 150 hours on the tractor. I really haven't used it all that much before I came here. I do some dirt work, the chickens, the kids' sandbox, firewood at home, firewood down at my Grams, and that type of deal. But this has been used probably the better half of 6 hours a day for the last couple months. Obviously on and off a little bit, but I wanted to give you guys my my impressions of this machine. At first, I thought I knew enough about it. I thought it was going to be a good machine to get me started with, and that would be about it. You know, it's a small economy tractor. That's kind of what I thought of it. But after using it here for the duration that I've used it, it's a little workhorse. It doesn't have the best ground clearance in the world. You guys can see by the drawbar under there, there might be about 8-10 inches or so, which can be an issue. But with the narrow wheelbase that it had, it really wasn't much of an issue because you just ride a stump on one wheel or the other. I did, in order to put these chains on it, I had to put Bora, I think they're Bora 6-inch spacers on it. They're either 4 or 6, but nonetheless, I did put them on there. I've got Toyota Tundra lug nuts on 2 out of the 6, just so that way I didn't lose a stud on it. I did cut the fenders quite aggressively. I think they used to come down about here, but if you were to get a stick, there wasn't much that I could actually do, so I did gnaw quite a bit of material off of them. And they can be, I could run a rat tail file or something like that on it to actually dress them right up, but it's not horrible, and I actually am quite happy with the look of it. If I do break one off this winter, I probably will end up cutting it down here and then go right back and leave the inside part, but I hope I don't, obviously. Things that I don't care for so much about it is the hydrostatic. That's probably my biggest downfall with the machine. It doesn't lift a ton, but the hydrostatic is something that I really don't care for. I'm for what I do, I like standard transmissions. If I was mowing the lawn, or I'd even say loader work, but I would rather have a forward reverser for that. Yeah. Yeah, I think just having it in a manual transmission, shuttle shift, forward reverse, or something similar to that, you don't have the grunt. You don't have the grunt that that you're kind of lacking with this machine. It just takes more power away from you with hydrostat. Everything else I'm very, very happy with. As far as the platform, it's quite stout now. I did dish out the front rims. Kind of see that. I know we had went over that when I first did the spacers on it. It doesn't steer nearly as well with them dished out. The bucket still clears them. I'd say the two things that I don't care for, and probably more, well, actually more than the forward reverser pedal, the hydrostatic transmission, this right here, this crap can that the old libtards thought was the best thing in the world. This thing burns so much more fuel, and it just reeks. Absolutely reeks. If anybody out there knows of a way to get rid of this garbage, I don't know if you got to plug the stupid things in and set the parameters like on the skidders and whatnot, but this needs to go. And then I could see this tractor having a life with me. I wouldn't mind having this around the house and get something bigger for out here. But the DEF system, regen, you lose power, it reeks, it blows smoke for an hour, and I mean toxic blue, black, everything else smoke, probably more than if it wasn't on there, to be honest. But that right there is my biggest issue with this tractor. And people may say, well, it's illegal to bypass. I don't care. This is my machine. I have bought it. And if it was as easy as putting a pipe from here to here to get rid of this nonsense, I will do it. But I haven't looked into all that. I know the parameters of the tractor. If it's not hooked up, so not really going to get into it, but I am looking for a solution. If any of you guys out there do the researching, I have done a fair amount, but every day there's more work on there that's been done. So that is what I'm looking to do, get rid of that. And like I said, then I wouldn't mind keeping the thing. I do, obviously I'm gonna keep it for the time being. I really do enjoy it. It's been a blast of a little tractor. The tires are absolute garbage on it. You can see at 400 hours, these are what are these? Can't even read them, they're so dry rotted. They're Galaxies. We see the other side here. This side's got chains on it. Workmaster the something. I don't know. Either way, you can see they are just trash. The backs aren't horrible yet, but these are also loaded. I think when I first got it, I did load the front tires. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I loaded the neighbors. But yeah, I've got to get some new front tires for it. I'm gonna run it until they're square probably, but I have yet to add any air. But I did also use tire jacked. One Lonely Farmer had advertised tire jacked, shot it with a 22 or 12 gauge, and was able to get fluid to go, or air to go back into it. So I did put tire jacked in them. What else? Not a thing. Not a thing. This little booger is, she's just a snot. It's small, it's nimble. It can get into places that you really can't get other tractors into. It's light, which is a plus and a minus. For skid and wood and whatnot, it's definitely a minus, but for skid and wood, it's also a positive, because I've been able to stick this thing in some spots that I probably would have sunk with anything heavier. So you kind of in one hand or the other with weight and power and everything else. Fuel on this is amazing. 5 gallons of fuel. I've never actually recorded how long it lasts me, but just made a video. It might be a standalone, I don't know. It was 38 minutes of me trying to get all the wood from the front to the back, and in that process it was extremely painful to do and probably extremely painful to watch. I'm not sure how I'm going to edit it yet. Like I had said, the biggest, most important thing for me on this machine is to get that freaking EGR government bullcrap mess from underneath the hood of this machine out of it. Second, I think, would be a grapple. And I've actually got a parts outlet that reached out to me and wants to have me use some of their products, or use them as a parts supplier, which I had said I'm gonna use them for the fuel, oil, and hydraulic filters, and see what they bring me as far as if it's OEM, what they're selling, what they're, everything else, regardless. But what I'm actually going to go home and look at from this distributor is to see if they actually have a third function kit that I couldn't retrofit, or if they have one for this machine. And I want to get a grapple. That is the second most important thing to me on this tractor. The lifting, I can turn up the pump a little bit, but it is what it is. It's a small tractor. I don't need to be stressing that front end anymore. If I twist a loader or something like that, that can all be replaced. But I have thought about turning it up a little bit, but with forks, it's not needed. It's whatever. But the forks, they stink. They're good for pallets, and no, they're not good for pallets even. Forks on a tractor are like a backhoe on or like a hoe on a backhoe. It gets the job done, and it's just easy. You know what I mean? Forks on a forklift, you can see you're sitting right on top of what you're working on, and that's the way forks are designed to work. When you're on a tractor, you can't see without standing up or leaning way over, see where your forks are. It's just, you can't see very well. And same thing with trying to hold a 16-20 foot log and get 3-4 of them on there, and have one be a 12-footer, have one be an 8, and have the balance points of all 3 logs in different spots. You can't grab onto the thing, you can't hold it. You know, these logs are really slippery. You can see they're covered in ice right now, and they are filthy. They are filthy. You guys probably won't come out, but that's ground, you know, and you wonder why I'm buzzing through chains the way I am. Thank you guys so much for watching. God bless y'all, and we will see you next time.